Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan good morning everyone. So my name is Ainul. I'm from the Faculty of Chemical and Energy Engineering, Universidad of Malaysia. And today we are very fortunate and very grateful to have with us the presence of our partner, our colleagues who flew all the way from Spain. Yeah, 13 hours flight, she told me. She is from Universidad de Almeria. Her name is Associate Professor Dr. Tania Mazuka Sobchuk, a chemical engineer who hails from Argentina but has been residing in Spain for the past 25 or 30 years. Yeah. So she is here under the support by the Erasmus Plus program, under the staff mobility program, and she has been with us since Sunday. And for viewers who are not familiar, we are in Johor. We are working from Sunday to Thursday every week. We have the Friday and Saturday as our weekend. So she has been with us for this past 1 week, and hopefully after this also we're going to have a lot more collaboration, especially with her and together with her other colleagues in Universidad de Almeria, Spain. So welcome, Tania.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I hope you have been enjoying yourself here
Yes,
in
a lot,
Malaysia, especially
a
in
lot.
Johor.
It's my first time in Malaysia and I like it a lot. Yes.
Alright, I heard that the weather in Almeria also more or less like the same here or something.
At this moment, yes, it's not bad in Almeria. A little bit more cooler,
Okay.
but it's okay. It's not bad in Almeria. It's the south of Spain, so it's nice. It's sunny.
Okay, to start things off, Tania, maybe you would like to tell a little bit about yourself, yeah, maybe your education background and such.
Okay, as you said before, I was born in Argentina. I studied there. I'm a chemical engineer from the Universidad Nacional de la Patagonia, San Juan Bosco, a very long name. And then I moved to the south of Spain, to Almeria, to do my PhD. And there I started working with microalgae, in the microalgae field, in a group which is called Biotechnology of Marine Microalgae, which was under the supervision of Dr. Emilio Molina Grima, who is a very important researcher in this field, and now is under the direction of the Professor Asterio Sanchez Miron.
Okay.
Yes. And when I finished my PhD, I was granted for a postdoc in New Zealand under the supervision of Professor Yusuf Chisti, a very important professor and very nice person as well.
Okay.
Yes, I'm so lucky.
All right. So you mentioned that you are starting to work with microalgae.
Yes, for the first time in my PhD. Yes.
In your PhD years.
Yes.
So maybe there's some motivation behind it. Why microalgae?
Well, microalgae are really important now because you know that we have a lot of problems in our planet, and microalgae are very small cells that can help us solving a lot of problems. You can culture microalgae in land where you cannot produce any vegetable, for example, so you don't compete for food when you are culturing microalgae. You can improve the environment because you can capture the CO2 from the environment, and you can produce useful things. You can produce polyunsaturated fatty acids. You can produce proteins from the biomass. Some people think that maybe in the future we will be able to produce some biofuel from the microalgae. Not at the moment, but maybe in the future. So we can produce it, but it cannot compete with the oil nowadays.
Yeah.
So they are very small but very important organism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also very useful because it uses CO2, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
And you can produce almost everything using microalgae. So you are using CO2, you are using some fertilizers, but then from that biomass you can produce many different things. Yeah.
So for those our viewers who are not familiar with Dr. Tania's work, she is offering some opportunity because this is already like her second year in offering a specialty program where she call it as blended intensive program, BIP, where she is incorporating she is not doing some conventional teaching method, Okay, not just lecture, classroom lecture. Yeah, she is also incorporating maybe some problem-based learning. Yeah, some cases for student to suggest how to solve. Yeah, so this is what she is going to share with us today. Yeah, Tania. So.
Okay.
Yeah, with that in mind, would you like to share with the audience what is your program is all about?
Okay. Well, I have to say that it's not my program.
Okay.
I call it my program because I like it a lot.
Alright.
But it's a program at the level of Europe. So in Europe, they are offering opportunities to the different universities to apply for grants. And with those grants, we can plan this kind of activities. So you know that we have the Erasmus program for mobility. But not all the students can use this Erasmus program because it's for a long time, a long-term mobility. So some students cannot use this long-term mobility for different reasons. So we are giving the opportunity of some students to move for a short-time mobility. Mm-hmm. So in order to have a good interaction with the other part of the world where they are moving, we offer them the opportunity to interact first online or after online, it doesn't matter. But they have a period online and a period in which they can go to another country and to interact in person with the other people. And yes, I had the opportunity 3 years ago to start with this kind of programs. And we are offering students this opportunity to come to Almeria to work on some specific topic, but different from the normal things we usually do in normal lessons.
Classroom,
yeah.
So, meaning the student that join this program, they will, at the end of the day, they will have two, I think. Number one, they get to travel and learn about the local culture and everything. Also,
it's compulsory. That part is compulsory.
Yeah, and also participate in this program. Maybe you want to talk about the course content or the syllabus, something about the major course content of this program.
Yes.
What is it all about?
We have total freedom to design the program, mm-hmm. but we need to have in mind that we need to link our program to the Sustainable Development Goals, mm-hmm. some of them, and we need to promote collaboration between students. So taking this in mind, you can design the program as you like. So in our case, my university applied for the fundings and offered the opportunity to teachers. The teachers need to apply for having those funds. Mm-hmm. And then you start working with the students. In the case of my blended intensive program, it focuses on microalgae. So the idea is to ask students to do something useful with the microalgae related to the Sustainable Development Goal of zero hunger. So they need to use the microalgae in some way. So they can choose the way in which they are using the microalgae, but they need to solve this problem in the world. They need to contribute to solving this problem.
Okay, understood. So, so to speak, yeah. So how does your program can easily be differentiated with other projects such as final year project or plan design? How does this differ?
I don't understand very well the question.
Your approach now mm-hmm. Is like we call it as approach A. Yeah. Approach B would be like, what's the difference between yours and the, for example, final year project for students?
It's totally different because when they plan a final project, they are working alone. They are working with the supervisor, but they have their own goal and they need to work after this goal. Mm-hmm. In this case, they need to collaborate with other people which are from different universities, different nationalities. Usually they are studying a different thing because they need to form groups in where we have people from business, people from management, people from, I don't know, biological science. So they need to understand each other. They need to use a common language to talk about microalgae. Maybe some of them have never heard anything about microalgae because they are from the business sector, for example. Okay. And they need to work together. And this is important because this is like in the thing that they will need to do in the following years when they started to work.
So this is like a 2 semesters program or something?
You can choose the duration of your program. The only important thing is that they need to stay at least 5 days overseas. But in the case of this specific program, we plan, for example, this year we plan to start on March and we finish on July. Okay. But you can extend the duration, so it depends on your program. In my case, we do in this thing because you need to check that at the moment that all the students arrive to university, you have a place in the lab, for example, if you need to use the lab, or if you need computers, you need to have the opportunity to bring the students this material, for example. So you can choose what is the best moment to receive all the students. And you also need to check that in the other universities, the students are free to come. So the logistics is quite difficult because you need to talk to the other teachers, you need to talk to the students, you need to know when they have the exams. So this part is a little bit complicated. But
no worry.
We are managing it.
Yeah, with the availability of internet and online meeting, everything can be solved easily.
But for the in-person part, they need to come to Almeria.
Yes, 5 days minimum, yeah?
Yes, we are using 10 days.
Okay, 10 days minimum.
Yes, no, the minimum is 5. But in this program, we plan them to come for 10 days.
Okay.
Yes.
So you also have make it a point that for the group they are also encouraged to include the business guy,
yes,
the finance guy, the management guy. Why is this so?
Why?
Yeah,
because it's what they will need to do in the future. So my students are from chemical engineering, and they know how to calculate things, they know how to go to the lab and to do things, but in the future they will need to ask for money.
Yes.
They will need to explain the others why their project value. So it's important for them to know how to talk to these people, how to explain what they want to explain. And this is not an easy part.
Yes.
We need to prepare our students to do this.
Okay, for our viewers, sorry, I should be sharing this in the first session, introductory session just now. For those staff, the CPD link will be given, I think, more or less 10 minutes just now. So it should be available now at the chat box at the platform that you are using. So please scan the QR code to get your CPD points. And you have any questions, you can post it there. It will be read. We will share with Tania at the end of the session. Yeah.
Sure.
So Tania, again, the outcome at the end of the collaboration between students, what do they need to produce to the mentor or the supervisor?
Yes, it's not just at the end. It's the work they are producing from the very first day. So during the online part, they need first to decide the idea they want to share, the idea in which they want to collaborate, and this is what we call the project. So, for example, some of them say, okay, we want to produce cereal bars using microalgae to help people in, I don't know, in some part of Africa, for example, because there pregnant women have problems of the deficiency of this nutrient, for example, and we want to bring these cereal bars there. So the idea is beautiful, but they need to define the objectives of the project. Then they need to decide where to put their plant. They need to know about the legislation of that place to put the plant. They need to learn a little bit about microalgae culturing, how to culture it. Do they have the resources to produce it? So there are a lot of things in which they need to think of. They need to meet. They meet alone. Or not alone. The group of students meet, and they discuss. They decide things, and they have some time to do that. And then they have a meeting with mentors.
Okay.
Mentors are very, very important person for me because they are teachers or even former students that meet this new group of students, and they check that everything is working properly. So they don't give them solutions, but they hear the students, they can guide a little bit the process. And they have at least 3 meetings with the students. So they check that everything is running properly, and if there is any problem, they can let me know. Usually they don't have any problems. Usually students can manage it very well.
Can the mentor be from the industry or something?
Yes, of course, can be. But when I started, I contacted the university because we need to have at least 2 partners from other parts of Europe. And that professor were really interested in helping me with this mentorization. And they started to be the mentors. But after the first edition of the BIP, I also detected some students which were really motivated. And I thought, okay, why not to use these students to mentor the new students?
Understood.
So it's a nice thing because you never lose the contact with your former students. Some students were mentoring for two different editions, for example. And it's a very, very nice process for them and also for the new students to know that in the future they can be mentors as well.
Will they get some incentive, for example, some allowance or something?
Yes,
all right,
yes,
all right,
because
all right. Sorry to ask.
No.
Yeah.
The money we get from
The grant?
Yes, from the grant is used for these things.
I see. Great.
But really, they do it because they like.
Okay.
So they never ask.
Passion, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this is true.
So actually, why do I ask about the economic side just now, the business people, then whether the industry people can join in as mentor? Because I think the scenario is the same, yeah. Because once we graduated students, we want them to join the workforce as soon as possible. So I don't know, maybe by having your kind of approach, to have directly the industrial people as mentor for this kind of projects would be a very big advantage. Also the finance part just now, because I think in UTM we have that, what we call, especially in my faculty, we have this program called Plan Design for final year students, but the financial part normally is very small part. Just a techno-economical analysis, but not contributed by the finance people. Okay,
no, Europe is a very good contributor to this training, really. But to tell you the truth, in this, because we are talking about the BIP that we did for 3 years. This will be the 4th year we are running this BIP.
Okay.
But this year we will also start a new BIP in which the industry is one of the main contributors, not with money but with people. So we will have a lot of staff from the industry teaching in this second BIP.
Wow. That is, I think, much more important, yeah, because you are getting feed from the industry themselves.
It's important, but I cannot say that this one is more important. I think they are different. Because it's very important for a student to interact with other students and to be able to explain to other students what they want to achieve. So collaboration between students is also important because it brings them the tools to do the other thing, which is to interact with the industry. And I think both are designed in a different way and maybe for a different audience. So for example, in the BIP of microalgae is designed for any student from any background. The only requisite is that they need to communicate fluently in English because they need to speak in English. But in the second one, I need more skilled people that are able to work in a lab, for example, because it's more related to obtaining biomolecule from waste of some processes in the industry. Yes.
So after finishing the project, the programs, the student will get some certificate of recognition of something?
Yes. They will have, depending on the program, for example, we recognize every 25 hours of workload, we recognize 1 credit.
Okay.
So in the case of the BIP about microalgae, in the end they have 4 credits.
100 hours.
Sorry?
100 hours, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You are so
Yeah.
smart. And in the case of the second BIP, they will have 3 credits.
Okay.
Yes. So, and they are formal credits. They go back to the university like if they did one subject. Yes.
So they need to document all this.
Yes, of
Okay,
course.
great,
They
great.
have a mark in the end of the project.
So,
So it's like a normal subject in a university, but it's shared by at least 3 universities, and you have an online part and in-person training.
wow,
This is the difference.
great, great. So yeah, this is something that we can start to think maybe and start to integrate in the way we do things. Yeah, maybe some guide or some benchmarking purpose because I really like about the not just the technical side, but you also incorporate the business side. How by having business people inside the group, which is
Yes, it's
which is for me
important.
like yeah,
And also it's important to encourage a student to try to ask questions
Yeah.
to the industry. For example, even in the BIP about microalgae, I always try to encourage a student to try to have some data from the industry. So to try to use some real data in
Yeah,
the
sure,
project, not just from the books.
sure.
Yeah.
I think the emphasis is the same here. Here also, we always tell students engage in industry, get their feet.
Yes.
That is the real situation that you need to solve. Yeah. Okay, Tania, I think we are quite running out of time. We're
Oh,
almost half an hour now.
really?
So yeah. So based on responses that you get from participants from your program, what are the major points that you think you can further improve about this program? Major points, and maybe only one.
No. From the first edition, we had several points to improve.
Okay.
And we were doing that. So we were detecting things to improve, and we did it. And now I think that the thing we need to encourage more students is to ask data from the industry. They prefer not to take the cell phone for calling the industry, and it's something that they need to do.
They go there.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe to write an email, but to try to.
Okay.
They think, oh no, they are not going to answer us, but they don't try.
Okay.
So this is the last point we need to reinforce.
Yeah, in industry participation, can be further
Yes.
improved.
Yes.
Oh,
But from the student, because the industry is open to participate. But I want the students to knock the door, to know
Sure.
how to go and knock the door, because in the future they will need to do that.
Ask them to do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
maybe one last question from me. How about the community? What are their their response to this kind of program? Have you ever approached the community about this program?
Yes, the last activity I do with the students is a dissemination activity. We call it the dissemination activity. So they can choose how to disseminate their experience during the BIP. So they use the social media, they use, we have a blog at the University of Almeria in the Chemical Engineering Department. They write in this blog, but the most important part is that they talk about the program.
The community,
Yes,
Wow.
to their communities, because they come from Italy, they come from Poland, and every year we are having more students interested in participating in the program. So yes, this is the engagement.
For me, the impact is quite visible and quite straightforward, because now you not only talk about how your program is being applied in Spain, but also from the students coming from their countries, different countries.
Yes.
Wow. So
Yes,
just like
they are
super.
from. Yes, it's
Super
very nice.
sad.
It's a very nice. It's a very nice feeling to have this interaction with the students, because they are really enthusiastic, and you have a lot of feedback from them. Sometimes for example, they write you telling, okay, my final project was about microalgae because I really enjoy my stay there and I learn a lot. Or maybe they ask you for a reference letter because they're interested in doing some research related to your research. So that feedback is very nice.
Yeah, it's also good for us as lecturer. Okay,
Yeah.
for students, can they take this as their elective subject?
Yes, yes and not. So it's not something that we offer to our students. It's something
Okay.
we offer to international, so non-international students in Almeria. We offer it to other universities. So we also have some participants from my university, but it's offered to other universities. And the other universities offer programs to my university as well.
Okay.
So it's an interaction between the European universities. And I can invite you to participate and your students.
Yes, yes, we are
Yes.
very interested.
Yes, yes, yes. You can participate. You don't count as partner because you are not in Europe.
Okay.
But of course, it's open to participants
participants,
from
yeah?
yes, from around the world. We have had participants from Canada, from Japan.
Wow.
So yes,
Japan all the way is much further than Malaysia.
we have a very good relation also with some universities in Japan.
All right, all right, all right. So yeah, I guess this is like a very good program. Maybe just to conclude, yeah, the session. Any future plans after this? Maybe you're gonna have BIP 2.0, 3.0, something. I don't
Well,
know.
this year we are going to start with the second one,
Mhm.
with the BIP about zero waste.
Sorry,
Zero waste.
zero waste.
Zero waste, sorry,
Okay.
yes, yes.
All right, but still on the topic of microalgae.
No, 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 no. It's about any topic. In this BIP, the students will need to look for some waste that is produced in their own countries, and they will need to plan how to use all the waste they are producing.
Okay.
So it's a different project, and we are really
It's very interesting. Why?
excited with it.
Because in UTM, we have one unit called UTM Center for Sustainability. They
Yes.
are promoting, they are the custodian for the university on things about like what you're talking zero waste. So maybe we can tag you with them after this, especially with the director of the center. We can link you up with them.
Would be
Maybe
perfect.
you can do some programs together.
Wow.
Online program, even though we are far away, we can always do some online
Yeah,
programs.
but
Yeah.
you have also some grants to go to Almeria. I invite the students to come to Almeria.
Yes, yes, yes. Hopefully,
Yes.
we will be able to send some students over there.
Yes.
Yeah, in the future, in the near future.
Yes.
Yeah. So, for our guests, I think that's all the time that we have with Dr. Tania for this session. Yeah,
Thank you very
hopefully we
much.
can have other sessions in the future, in the near future. And again, thank you all for your participation in this session, and also thank you very much, Tania, for
Thank you, and
for
thank
your
you.
time.
Thank you
Yeah.
to the university.
All
I
right.
am yes, yes. I'm
So yeah, hopefully we can continue our collaboration in the future. And for the staff who are with these programs, don't forget to scan the QR code to get your CPD points. And until we meet again in the future. All right, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.